hear it. And there's two in particular all-time greats I'd like to ask you about. And the first one is the late, great Andre the Giant. Can you take us through the first night that you saw your name on the paper that you were going to be working with Andre the Giant and what year it was and the building it was in? What were your thoughts, Ron, getting in the ring with Andre the Giant?
Well, I've got two of those matches on my website, and actually because of the JSG TV guy, as we call him, there was another one which I didn't remember. That was a very early one on TV. But when I seen I was going to be working against him, and not in a one of those classic handicap matches where this was going to be one-on-one, and I don't think there was any talk between me and Andre. We just went out there and did our thing, And I can remember in the one match is that I said, well, the only way I'm going to get over real quick here is just beating on Andre right away. So Andre actually went over to the corner after we were introduced and started signing autographs. And that's when I went after him. Bang, 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 bang. And I said, I better do this as fast as I can because he's going to put me down real fast. Sure enough, he headbutted me, throws me into the ropes, gives me that big boot, and then jumps right on me for the pin. And then there was another one from Hamburg on All-Star Wrestling. I worked against Andre, and I actually had him down on the mat. So he had to do some selling there. But let me tell you something. Andre liked me. He would always talk to me. Hey, boss, how you doing? And hey, Andre, how are you? Great to see you. But he liked you, and that's a good thing because that's a guy that could hurt you if he really wanted to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you were in the ring twice, folks. Listen to that, people. Twice. Big Ron Shaw squared off against Andre the Giant. And like Ron had said, don't forget, it wasn't one of those handicap matches or 3 versus 1, because when you seen Andre the Giant on a WWF television taping, it was usually against 2 or 3 individuals. But Ron Shaw, being a tall individual himself and being, very credible, McMahon decided to put a one-on-one match, and that says something for itself. We're going into the comments real quick, Ron. You got some people here saying...
And it's funny about that because, when Vince McMahon started calling me Big Ron Shaw right from the beginning, and he wasn't kidding because a lot of the guys were shorter guys, okay? And I was always taller by about 3 to 4 or 5 inches even at times, And they're always saying, look at the legs on this guy Shaw, they're big legs, and this is why he can reach the ropes and everything. They always put me over, on TV, and I appreciated that because back, as I say, let's go back to Vince McMahon Sr. He liked me. Now I don't know if it was because Kowalski trained me or he did see the potential inside me, just like he said in the very beginning. He said, you're natural at this. And they gave me that opportunity to become the executioner.
Well, yeah, and something like that, doesn't come easy, especially in the big leagues. And don't let anybody, out there tell you differently. The big leagues really was always the WWF and then the WWF. They were always the big leagues, and they had the top talent, and Big Ron Shaw was one of them in the 1980s, all through that decade. And he's here tonight on Wrestling with Comedy podcast. We have some comments here, Ron. We have one comment here. Ron Shaw equals legend. And that's from W. Lee Watts. He's saying you're a legend. We have another one here saying, Ron Shaw, thank you for the memories. I just got goosebumps on that one. Ron, you did a lot, brother, and you know I love you like a bro. You had some big wins. We got to